Welcome everyone to the 9th episode of my Direwolf20 119 Modpack series. Last episode we ended off building this entire mage tower, getting pretty much all automation going up here too, as we can see up here with all the essences actively working right now, doing its job. We also got ourselves tier 3 armor, as well as many enchants on the armor as well, and upgraded a book to tier 2, and unlocked the tier 2 glyphs. This episode, what I want to focus on, as I mentioned last episode, is killing the wilden boss, or aka the wilden chimera, because to upgrade our mage's spellbook, we need the wilden tribute, which we get by killing, you can see, the wilden chimera. To get the wilden chimera, we need to augment the ritual, which needs a wilden spike, a wilden wing, and a wilden horn. So by putting the normal wilden tablet on the ritual brazier, I think it's called, ritual brazier, right here, which I need to make quickly, and we have it now. By putting the tablet on there and then throwing these 3 items on, we'll get a chimera to spawn. What I also want to work on this episode is, as I mentioned, I want to upgrade this to the tier 3 book, which we need to get a Tome of Undying for as well. We got the Never Starter last episode, so we are good on that. What I'm probably going to do to get the Tome of Undying is, over here I have a pillager outpost. I'll pretty much just keep getting pillagers until I get one that spawns with the flag on its back, so I can get a raid going at one of these villagers I have around my house. And once I get the raid, I think it's the evokers. I think it's the evokers that drop the undying totems. So then I'll be able to make that upgrade. What I also want to do, as I mentioned last episode, is use Forcecraft to make unlimited lava. So what I'll be doing for that is using my soul gem here and making a soul cage for it to get a blaze farm going and turning blaze rods using the Forcecraft grinder, I think it's called, to get infinite lava. So what I'm going to do right now is, I think we should just get right into it with this ritual brazier. Let's make it daytime first though, because I'm not sure if it affected this being nighttime. Now I want to fight this pretty much only with magic, because I think that'll be the most fun way to do it. But we'll see what happens with that. This looks like a decent place to do it. So we'll throw our ritual brazier down. Stop bouncing. We'll put this on here. So now that it's active, what I need to do is I think, throw these pieces on. Yes, item consumed, wilden spike, wilden wing, and wilden horn. So now if I right click with an empty hand, so let's just get myself ready with my super flying harm. We will move some things over so we have everything ready. Now I need to right click with an empty hand, and now we're spawning the bad guy in, the wilden chimera. Let's get this guy out. I've never actually fought this before, so we'll see how this goes. Wow. Okay, so he's taking damage. Oh, see? I'm telling you guys, this new spell is fantastic. He's dying really fast. I thought he'd be much harder to kill. Does he have, like, phases? I take that as yes, he has more phases. Oh my goodness. Oh, he has a flying phase. Oh, wait, that's when I can use, Wind Surge. This is a spell that does more damage to flying targets. That's what I meant by flying. Let's go back to 3, or back to, oops, I'm clicking wrong buttons. Oh, I might die. Okay, so we need to go to 2. There we go. My spell heals me, remember that? Because I have life drain on my armor. Where'd he go? So now we go to 5. Was it Wind Surge? Oh, I missed my opportunity. He's dying pretty fast though, but he's doing a lot of damage. But fortunately, I do have decent armor. Oh, and he looks like he's changing again. This will give us time to replenish our mana. Is he fighting now? Yeah, he's fightable now. Whoa! Probably should get myself better armor before this. Looks like he's kind of choreographed with his fighting though. Oh, he summons other wildens. What's nice about this is, yeah, you can see that. The spell explode is super awesome, honestly. Okay, where'd he go? There he is. Whoa, he like launched it to me. That's actually really cool, not gonna lie. I very much like this boss battle. Boom, that should be the final hit. And there is our wilden tribute, guys. That's a pretty good, fun way to start the episode, isn't it? Get right into it. I'm sure you guys would appreciate that, so that's why I did it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, if I can break this block, I'm going to now run over to this villager outpost over here, and I'm just going to keep fighting till I get enough banners, and I'm going to go find a village, and I can bring you guys for a raid. Which we can also solve with magic, because, of course, we are doing magic stuff, so we have to use magic for it. Once I get that going, I'll bring you guys right back in. Yes, guys, we got our Totem of Undying. More totems, nice. Whoa, got a big chunky here. Big chunky got nothing on me though. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Or I guess, mana. Too bad I can't like a mana steal. That'd be a sweet perk. Well, I got what I wanted for being here. I got my 2 totems, so now we can go back to base and we can make ourselves a Totem of Undying. And by Totem of Undying, I mean I can use a Totem of Undying to make myself a tier 3 book. So all we have to do now to get the tier 3 book is, I think, just doing this, and we should get the tier 3 book now. Do we get an achievement? Yeah, Archmage Spellbook. Let's go, guys. Oops, I should know this by now. I can't do that. What I can do now is, hello Enderman, is I can use tier 3 things now. So what I can do is if I go to 9, or I guess 10, which I have nothing in, if I do, let's see, summons 3 orbiting projectiles around the caster, and duration may be augmented. Sensitive will cause orb state blocks. So if I do this, what does it say I need? Augments. We'll just do, we'll extend time. Let's see that. That's what this does. Oh, this is cool. Let's check it in third person. Oh yes. Look at me. I am unstoppable now. Oh my goodness. I wonder how long this will last for. Here on the village. How long does this last for too? Maybe I just have some forever stuff going on. Well, now that's just, I thought it went into the jar, and that just confused me so much for a second. Well, now that we have upgraded our Archmage spell, or to the Archmage spellbook, I think what we can do now is do what I mentioned earlier and get some more crystal automation because, well, I'm constantly out of amethyst. Yeah, you can see I pretty much only have the dust for the hex casting, which is another magic mob, which we'll get into later. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get everything ready to do the, what's it called? At ours, I think it's called the Awakening Ritual. And the Awakening Ritual, I can't find it, so, but I know it's called the Awakening Ritual. Yes, it's right there. So what I need to do is I just need to bring this down to the, where's it called? My amethyst area and activate it down there, and that should make an amethyst golem. So when I get all the materials ready, I'll bring you guys back in. We are back down here, and it looks like the thing finally wore off by spinning around me. So we need to take our ritual activation crystal, and we need to put it, is it right next to it, or just close by? I am not fully sure. I guess just nearby, so I guess if I just put it right here, will this work? If I just right click it? So this should get me an amethyst golem? Nope. Oh, it literally turned the entire block into one. Well, that's cute. So I don't know how this thing works, though. Let's see how... Hello, buddy! How you doing? This thing's actually really cute, not gonna lie. So let's go to automation, check the amethyst crystal out. So, amethyst golems will harvest, grow, and collect amethyst near its home. To obtain an amethyst golem, perform the ritual near whatever summoning, farming amethyst. Okay, now we have it. Summon the amethyst girl by using a charm on the block. We just did that. Set their home by using the golem, or the dominion one on the golem, and then place, and then on a block. The golem home is considered 10 blocks in direction. Once a golem has its home, they will convert amethyst blocks into budding amethyst. Okay, that's actually very useful. So I can take this guy with me. Can I pick him up? Please don't die. Nice. So I can pick him up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to harvest some of these amethyst blocks. I'm going to make a little place in probably the second tower or the third tower in my area. I'm going to make an harvest, and I'll just, harvest a whole bunch of these amethyst crystals there. So once I get all that about set up, I'll bring you guys right back in. I thought it would be a good idea to put our autumn golem or our column automation on the third floor of our tower, which is right under our area over here. So I'm going to plop down the golem. I'm taking the dominion wand. I right click the golem and I shift click the chest. Home sit. So that means he will now put all items he gathers into this chest. Since this is magic, I kind of want to hide all this stuff back here as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this down right here. Because remember, he turns these amethyst blocks into amethyst budding courts, or budding amethyst, whatever it's called. So I'm hoping he can reach all the way up. And what I can finally do is move him a little bit. I'm going to kind of do this. I don't know if this will fully work, and I know I can definitely do more efficient things about this, but I think this is honestly pretty good. And he's in my way. Please move. Oh, come on, man. You want to move, don't you? Boop. 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 There we go. Now I can set stuff back there, that's why I'm leaving a little bit space for myself to get back in case I want to. But I should be able to turn all these blocks here into actual budding amethyst. So let's see if he does that or not. What I do want to do, however, right now is back here, I want to turn this one into this, which should mean it has amethyst as well as the amethyst blocks. So I need to quickly actually unlink this guy right here so that doesn't stay messed up. Configuration tool should be it. Just punch it and then lock it back up. This way, whenever you harvest something and puts it in here, I can fix it. Oh, he looks like he teleports back when he gets stuck. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait for this guy to do his little thing. And once he does something, I'll bring you guys back in for it. I hope you guys enjoyed that little bit of a time lapse. It actually took an entire hour for that time lapse to be filmed, so it was pretty interesting. I was kind of hoping a bit more would be grown, but you did see since time lapse, 2 more have grown. What I think I'm going to do is actually get another golem, so it can have multiple golems in here. I don't know if they have any sort of stacking effect, but hopefully they do. Let's see. What I did, you can probably see, is I changed the chest where it's located. You can probably see where it is now when I hover over this laser wrench. But if they are not put up to a chest, they just drop the items on the ground, which you probably did see when you were watching the time lapse. But what I did was I come back here, I take my 2 blocks out there to put back, and I have 2 absorption hoppers. One covering this area over here, as you can see, and then this one is covering the area over there. So they do have overlap, but they do encompass everything where there is an amethyst block. Let's turn this off quickly. And this stayed exact same. I'm just pulling out of the chest and putting it directly into here. Anything that is not already in a chest here, or one of the drawers I mean, it just stays in the chest and I can always just put more stuff in there. I kind of put too many chests on here, but this was just in case, I guess you could call it. So now it looks much better because I don't have any of that technology stuff in my mage tower, or at least you can't see it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to probably go back to my mines down there again and maybe make 2, 3, maybe even 4 more golems. We'll see what happens. And bring it back up and see if they have any effect on how fast this stuff grows. I chose to actually make only 3 more golems instead of 4 to make it just an even amount. So I could have only 4 and not 5 golems. And I don't know if this will really affect the growth or the production of crystals, but at the very least, it will have more golems here and live in my cute little army of amethyst golems. So what I'm going to do now is, oops, I'm going through the window. So as I mentioned, I want to get into Forcecraft to use that to create infinite lava. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run over to my mob farm. I'm going to get this crystal here to 512, which I'll bring you guys in for. And once we do that, we'll set up another area for blazes to spawn and have them killed and turn them into mob, blazed rods, so we can turn those blade rods into the infinite lava source. Once I get all that ready, I'll bring you guys back in. I put my other armor back on here, and I'm about to run in there and just kill as many blazes as I can. This should get me very quickly to the higher level. Actually, I might have already gotten it right there. With killing all those blazes, we should have our full 512 now. Oh, I am holding shift for more info. Oh, it's showing me that right now. Sorry, guys. Mob is soul cage compatible. Mob is soul revitalizer compatible. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make another area where I can have these blazes be farmed because I want to be a little bit different than this farm because I want this to be more self-sufficient than this is. Alright, so once I get a little bit of area cleared out, I'll bring you guys back in for that. Before going to create the actual area, I thought I'd show you guys a little bit about how to actually get the soul cage itself. So the soul cage is a broken spawner, which we do have from breaking spawners in the past. It needs to be thrown on this little multi-block right here, which is 4 blocks of soul steel and 1 block of sandstone with a fire above it. So to get these blocks of sandstone or soul steel blocks, sorry, that's like a whole bunch of S together and it's confusing my mouth. You have to throw it on compressed soul steel or soul powder blocks, which is, if I can find it in here, made with this. And as you guys remember, to make the soul powder, you have to throw on either glowstone or glowstone blocks, which I have been doing. However, the thing about this is that when I can show you guys right here, oops, if I can get it in, this is actually a consumable crafting recipe, so it takes the entire thing up. So it's kind of expensive, but it's really not too bad. But good for you guys, I actually went ahead and just made all the 4 blocks or 3 other blocks off camera. So now we got our soul steel. We can just put this crafting recipe right here, and oops, not stand in it. And all I have to do is throw this broken spawner, and I should be good. I don't know if this takes up the oh, it does. That's a very expensive block to make, guys. Oh my goodness. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and clear an area and then bring you guys back in. So this is the chamber I built here. As you can see, I did do a little bit of decorating. I am not fully impressed with my decorating, but I think it's a step in the right direction. I'll probably keep tweaking it until I find something I exactly like. But you can see here I have the main chamber here. What I will do is put the soul cage in the spot I conveniently left open. Now, I really hope this keeps it off because it does say it's controllable with redstone, so hopefully this means blazes won't spawn. Okay, good. I was honestly kind of nervous blazes were going to spawn because I didn't know if it spawned on the condition of the redstone being on, or if it turned off when redstone was on. So I'm happy I chose that right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set up a little kill chamber like I do down there, and I'm also going to clear another area out back here so that I can use the blaze rods for something actually useful. Alright, I got a little bit of an area here cleared out, and now we have to get into Forcecraft. I did create some of the little things, but they're honestly quite simple to make. The first thing I made was the yellow force furnace here, which is using force ingots, which you can create pretty simply by doing one of these recipes here with the force gems. The force gems are what you mine underground. And let's see, I made the force infuser, which just takes a force rod next to a enchanting table in a normal crafting table. The force rod is made with the force ingot, force stick, and force nugget. Force sticks are made diagonal, probably because wood up and down makes a normal stick. So let's get into this. I'm not fully sure how this works, to be honest with you. I think I need to do this. And I think that does something. Tier 0 infusions. Infusions that can be executed by default. Complete all tier 0 infusions to upgrade your tome to the next tier. So I need to make a tome. How do I get a tome? I got a baconator. So I need a @Forcecraft tome. So this is probably what I need to make now. So come over here and we'll just click this in, and it looks like my rod is damaged, so it didn't pull it in for some reason. So I'm guessing I put this in there, and I take some of those crystals I have here. I'm guessing this is like the fuel for it is my assumption. Yes. Okay. So now we need to make basic help. Let's see, infusions, infuser, 0 tier. So damage. This infusion does the following. Alright, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to get this thing to level tier 2. I may just time-lapse it like I've been doing. Also, tell me, guys, in the comments, do you guys like these time-lapses? Do you want me to cut them out, or do you want me to just not do them at all? I'm not really sure. I've been doing them to show as much as I can and see if you guys like that or not, but please leave a comment down below. But what I'll probably do now is yes, probably do a time-lapse for this, just seeing how I do, or I might not. Honestly, I don't know how boring or interesting this is. But if I don't do a time-lapse, I'll at the very least show you guys what I did. Alright guys, I was able to figure my way through tier 1, tier 2, and, well, tier 0. So essentially what I had to do was, I had to use this guy, and I had to earn all the, well, I had to earn up whatever the next tier points was, and the unlocks of that tier. So you can see, to finish tier 2 I need to get 9 unlocks. Tier 0, to finish it I had to get 2 unlocks, as you guys saw, and tier 1 to finish was 3 unlocks. Tier 1 was sharpness and knockback. That is by putting a claw on. Claws are got from killing bats. So what I did was I went to a cave, I put a bat in an imprisonment tool, and I spawned a bunch of bats until I got a whole bunch of the claws. Tier 2 was lumberjack, efficiency, and where is it? It's heat and heat. So with tier 2, we should be able to do what I want now. I want to get the grinding one, so that's an upgrade core, which is an experience tome, which is a book, and an enchanting bundle. So I can finally do this now. Now with the experiments tome, we can come over here and take the rod. And does it want a full rod? Like a new rod? Okay, what am I doing wrong? After looking into it a bit more, I think Forcecraft is either not working or something, because I looked into it and it said I needed 100 experience, so I put 100 experience in it. In fact, I put over 1,400 experience in it, and it's still not working. And if you're wondering, yes, I did try with the other full force rod too, and it just didn't seem to work. I'm not sure if this is a bug or not, or if I'm just still doing something wrong, but from what I can tell, I'm not. So I'm not really sure how to continue on with this. I've looked into it for about 20 minutes, and I still just can't figure it out. So unfortunately, I think I'm going to have to ditch doing this for now, and I'll come back to it later. Maybe in another update, the mod will stabilize, I'll be able to use it again, then I can, change this setup out. But what I will do because of that is I will probably end up going with the mechanical squeezer here, which I can make pretty easily with integrated dynamics. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get 2 mechanical squeezers, because as I mentioned, the first one will be to get the blaze powder, and the second one will be to turn the actual blaze powder into lava. So I'm going to get that set up quickly and bring you guys right back in then. So as you guys can see, I did move the mob farm. As I mentioned, the crystal spawns in 11 by 11 area, so I had to move it way back there. If you see where the light is in there, that's where the spawner is. So this area should have no mobs spawning outside the kill area, or the kill chamber in here. What I also did was set up a little area back here, so we can get back and do a little bit of our working stuff. So you can see down there I have a laser connector, so I can connect it to the guy right there. And that is how we're going to get our blaze rods into there and such. I can show you guys quickly down there, so we pop down the elevator, and this is what I have down here. I have an absorption hopper, which if we turn the area on, you can see is pretty much sucking in all around the area right here, so anything that gets killed will be encompassed by it. I can take my stuff out of there quickly. And I pretty much just have a laser node pumping it all out, connecting to that node right there, that connector, to pump it back here. In here, I have just blaze powder and blaze rods. So when we get back here, this is where we're going to start working on, getting our automated infinite lava. It's going to use these 4 blocks. So what I'm going to need is my 2 mechanical squeezers, and then finally my advanced black hole tank. This is essentially, if we get outside again, is what it's going to look like from the outside. So I thought I would explain this again quickly, guys, because I think when I tried to explain it previously, it didn't turn out well. So here's a better explanation and more concise of how to do this. So the blazes get killed over here. The absorption hopper sucks them in and puts the blaze rods into this chest right here. It is then connected to this node system, which connects back here. This node inputs the blazes into it on the white network. Then on the orange network, it extracts the blaze rods into here. Then this turns the blaze rods, we can see, into blaze powder. And then on the north, we have an extract back into the white network with blaze powder only, because it will absorb or pull out the input if we don't. Additionally, this has to be put on the down, otherwise it will not extract the blaze powder. I repeat again, it will not extract if it's not put on down. Or you can put the node on the bottom and you won't have to do the sneaky setting right there. Because this is one of Direwolf's sneaky settings that you can change it. Because see if we put it on south right here. When a blaze rod goes in, you can see it won't get pulled out. So this needs to be on the down for it to work correctly. Then, once again, right here, we have on the, not this one, on the purple network, we have it pulling out blaze powder, only blaze powder, and it's putting it into here on the purple network. And this is turning the, which you can see it for a second, you can see lava, yes, you can see lava right there, it's turning the blaze powder into lava. And on the fluid network, on the channel 3, I know I could put this on channel white, but because liquids and solids are different, but I want to keep it the same way. And then finally, on this, it's inputting the fluids into the tank right here. And of course, these 2 machines both need power, so I have the power from the point right there. These mechanical squeezers are honestly pretty easy to make. You just have to get a bunch of mineral for it. And mineral can be made by chopping down the mineral trees, or if you take a mineral log and put it into the squeezer right here. I can show you guys quickly actually. Let's see if I get I think it's a basin, yes. And a mineral log. All you do is you put the basin down, you make sure it's going in there, you can see the crevices right there, and all you have to do is just jump on this. And I have a block on me so I can't actually jump right now. There we go. And you can see it puts it into there, and what that does is solidifies it. Solidify faster, please. And you get your mineral block. And you can just turn this into the 9 chunks that you need. So that's how I was able to get those 2 pieces right there. And this is pretty much all set up. What I think I will do, however, though, is... This is a pickaxe to use. Because I'm going to change it to this way, because I want to see the buckets on the outside here, not on the back there. So yeah, this is the setup for it, guys. It was pretty easy to make, actually. It was very low effort, too. And I thought it would be a fun way to make infinite lava with different ways instead of, the normal way of using, cobblestone in a crucible or something like that lines. So what I'm going to do next is... I actually haven't thought that far. Surprise, you guys have probably noticed that several times in this series so far that I really don't think what I'm going to do next until I need to do something next. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look through kind of the books I have and the quests I want to do, and I'll come back to you when I figure that out. Actually, guys, this is like 2 minutes later. Actually, not even 2 minutes later, it's like 30 seconds later. What I'm going to do now is, since I unlocked the Tier 3 Archmage spellbook, I think I'm going to unlock every single Tier 3 glyph now. And once I get all those set up again, I'll bring you guys back in. Alright, my friends, to unlock the next glyph, we actually need some prismarine. And to unlock prismarine, we have to go to a water temple, which we do have marked right over here. So I thought I'd bring you guys along with me and go to the water temple, and we can see what we find there. Maybe explore a little bit too. So I'm going to get myself over there, and when I am, I'll bring you guys right back in. Alright guys, we found ourselves the ocean temple right here. We made it out pretty easily. What is nice is we do have respiration on it, so we should never lose bubbles, so we don't have to worry about anything like that. But what I need to do now is pull up my super harm spell and just kill these guys that are in my way. They should have dropped prismarine too, if I remember correctly, when hit, right? No? Well, what we can do when we're here is at least take the guard, like the Elder Guardians out, because I think I have mining fatigue because of them. Yeah. What am I getting hit from? Oh, he's back there. Okay. So we're gonna pretty much look around until we find it. This does like half health to them, pretty much. We'll just keep spamming a little bit. I can use the extra mana. I mean, I could take my sword out, but where's the fun in that? Oh, yes, we got prismarine shards. So we already have the shards we need. Alright, guys, we found our first Elder Guardian right here. Let's show him how magic is the best thing in the world. Remember, my spell also heals me, so he pretty much had no chance against me. We got ourselves a sponge. Nice. So I'm going to get you guys back in for the... Ooh, trident fragment. I can make a trident with that. So once I get the other 2 guys... Ooh, I got a statue too. So I'm going to kill the other 2 guys. I'll show you guys each of those kills, and hopefully find a sponge room too, because I need the sponges for... Remember the other tier 1 glyph I didn't unlock yet. Can I put on my head? Oh, I can't. That's a shame. Now, there should be a statue slot in my backpack. That looks so dumb. I love it so much. We do get 3 sponges from that, actually. Wait, there we go. There's a sponge. So I'm going to try to find the other sponge room, and when I do, I'll bring you guys right back in. This wall, right? Really? There we go. Alright, guys, I found the sponge room. That took much longer than I like to say. But now we got a whole bunch of sponges. So we did get our Heart of the Sea, guys. We needed this to complete more of the tier 3 glyphs, which is why I came out here. With that, we should have every single glyph crafted. Asterix. I'll tell you why in a second. So we'll take out the final tier 3 glyph, and remember, this is the one we could not get from tier 1 because we did not go to the temple yet, but now, as you can look at my head, we have gone to the temple. So, as the best part of this is, let's just start unlocking them. This is always one of my favorite parts about Ars Nouveau. And that is over, and we have more mana now too, remember guys. More mana because we did more unlocks. Now, there are a few things I'd like to say. I do not have Summon of Vex because I don't have any more of these totems. And I also do not have Dragon's Breath, and I don't have an Elytra. And I think there's another one that requires stuff. No. So, since we don't have those 2 things, Dragon's Breath or an Elytra, we have gone to the end, but we only went to the end to get Ender Pearls. So now we should go to the end, kill the Ender Dragon, and get some breath, and then also explore the end a little bit too. So that's what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to prepare myself to I'll get myself to the end, where we can fight the Ender Dragon, and we can just dive on into it, guys. Alright, my friends, we're back at our end portal over here. You're probably wondering where I'm up top, because this is pretty much how I get back to my end portals, by just straight up jumping down. And let's jump in and get to the end. Boop. This should be pretty fun. So we're in a pretty dangerous spot right here. You can see I have a death right there, so we need to get the heck out of here. by just coming over here, and we are at the end now. We do have bottles, so when he throws his breath down, we can pick it up. I want to see how much of this guy we can kill with just our abilities here. So, let's see if we can hit him. Okay, so it actually does pretty decent damage. We can spam it pretty hard too. Let's just come behind him and start smacking him a little bit. Alright guys, we got the Ender Dragon down to 1 hit. Let's see if we can snipe with some magic. Oh! Do you guys see that? Got him snipe with that magic right there. Let's get our XP reward now. We only got 16 Dragon Breath, but it's all good. We can always get more later. By just summoning the guy back in. Oh, I'm losing my XP doing that. Through the teleporter. So what I want to do is I want to teleport this guy somewhere else. I thought we had a torch. What can I do? Thought I lost it for a second. I was sad. Now we got ourselves the egg. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna find this portal and get ourselves all the way to the end, or I guess the end cities area. And when I find some interesting end cities, I'll bring you guys back. All right, guys. I wasn't able to find the actual portal. However, I ended up just flying up here, and I was able to find a area right here with an end city pretty quickly. Since it's here, I thought we could just go with it together. 1 second. Okay. Now here we can get our Elytra, which we need for the spell. Okay, now where's he at? We just take these guys out. Oh, and I'm levitating. Oh, I got so many things. So blood, levitation, speed. Where'd I get speed 2 from? Oh, probably from some of my armor, maybe? My weapon? Oh, my weapon gives me speed 2 when I kill someone. Okay, I was confused for a second there. So we can I don't think we need this, but I'll take it anyways. If you bounce, you can kind of ignore the effect of that levitation. And here we have our Elytra. What else do we get here? We get a knife, a nether helmet. Wow. We got some pretty cool stuff here. Some diamond chestplate. That's a really high. That's pretty nice, actually. Nothing too much, so I think I'm going to keep just doing a little bit more exploring, see if I can get any other cool areas. And if I find anything else, I'll bring you guys back in. Alright guys, so this is what I got from my end adventures. I visited 3 of those end cities in total, and I honestly think I made up pretty well. I got a whole bunch of armor, tools, weapons, and etc. What I'm probably going to do is check out the armor that is better than the current armor that I have and replace it. And when I do, I'll probably show you guys that. And what I'm also going to do now is, we came there for the Dragon's Breath and the Elytra, so let's go what we want to do now. We want to make glide. So let's go to over here and type in glide. As I said, this is pretty much how I do every single craft. I just find the glyph in JEI and then I come over here. We come over here and where is it? Right here, glide, and then we can just throw the pieces down. Boom. And while that is creating, oops, I'm not going to jump. We can right click on here and we need linger next. This is pretty much the simplest way I do all this stuff. It's actually very convenient, so we need to make a diamond block quickly. And now we should have everything ready. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Find linger again. And just like last time, we'll check everything on. Oh, did it not like me doing that? Looks like it's fine. With that, we have every glyph that we would want unlocked. What was that? You guys see that? It looked like a little lighting effect right there. But let's activate these 2. And now, all we have left is to get Summon Vex. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to run back over to my outpost. I'm going to trigger another raid. We can go back to the village. Where's the village? Well, I know I have a village somewhere. Right here. This is where the village is. I'll come back into the village. I'll get myself another totem of dying, and then I'll bring you guys back for crafting that up. Not only did I go finish a raid, I also found a rabbit. I was able to get myself a whole bunch of rabbit's feet. With that, we should be able to make the last 2 of our, glyphs that we were able to make. So let's get over to the base over here. And we can just go over here, and you can see, last one in tier 2 we can make is Fortune. All I have to do is just throw this guy on, and that should be it for Fortune. Wonderful. Give it to me. Okay. And boom. Isn't that great, guys? That'll be fun to get both those at the same time. A little bit of a surprise. So now all we need left is really AoE and firework, but again, we cannot craft firework stars. Again, it's just unfortunate. There's no way to get firework stars right now. I don't know if there's any mob loot we can get them from, but until then, we can't do anything, unfortunately. We have completed a whole bunch of stuff this episode, from the infinite lava source or the infinite lava we created over here, to getting the Archmage spellbook, and clocking all tier 3 glyphs as well. Not only that, we also did the automation for the amethyst crystals over there, and we just did a whole bunch of stuff in general. Killed the wither, and a whole bunch of stuff happened this episode. So that'll be a pretty good wrapping up point for it. What I want to do next episode is work more on, actually using our builder that we got to get more resources. I want to start getting more stuff automated, mainly, smelting, resource collection, all that stuff. And I think we finally have the materials now to set a baseline up. I can create more power now with lava. I also have some other interesting ways. I think I can do some really cool power generations on top of our RD mechanism area. I know I could make a yellorium reactor using extreme reactors, but I feel like it's kind of boring, and I want to try to figure out some other ways to make some more fun things. You can see I did just get here at the village for creating the extra totem of time I just needed for the creation of one of the glyphs that we just had, yes. So, once again, thank you guys very much for watching this 9th episode, and I will see you guys in the 10th episode. And before I let you guys go quickly, I do have an announcement I'll be making pretty soon on my channel. It has nothing, well, it has a little bit to do with the series. Nothing is going to change, but there will be some stuff that happens. So look forward to that, guys. Sorry, once again, thank you guys very much for watching this 9th episode. I look forward to seeing you guys in the 10th.